What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction from Heroes Reforged. We're reacting to the 5th episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Before we get into the reaction, I want to let you know you can see all the uncut reactions for this series and plenty of other things that we've been reacting to on Patreon at patreon.com/heroesreforged. We also started watching The Boys, which has been great.
Oh, yeah.
Check that out. Also, if your subscribe button is red, Augustine, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are dead.
Not yet. Not yet. Our subscribers
bleeding
have been doing really good recently. My bleeding has been cauterized for the time being. I might get staph infection though, so please make sure you're subscribed.
It's free for you and it saves Augustine's life. So there's no excuse not to subscribe. And also to go back a second and to say to those folks who love watching our stuff and haven't checked us out on Patreon, like Adam said, there's so much more stuff there. And I will pitch this to you. Subscribe to Patreon for 1 month, binge our stuff because there's a bunch of stuff on there, and then dip out. We don't care. Get in that 1 month because you know what? Once you get a little taste, of the good life, get a taste of the glory, stick around because it's worth it. Yeah. So just try it out. That's my challenge to you. Gauntlet thrown down. Do it.
You guys ready to get into this penultimate episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I can't believe we're here already. I cannot believe we're here already. I don't think I'm ready. Because I don't know where this story is going to go.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to find out. Shall we?
One way to find out.
Oh. Okay, I think I know what that might be.
You think that warning is on there because we might see more of Order 66?
Yeah,
maybe.
This could be the Reva origin episode.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yep, here we go.
Okay.
Karuskint.
Whoa.
Oh.
The flashback.
Oh, there you
de-aged. Oh my God.
Oh my
Was beginning to
goodness.
think you weren't coming, Master. Good.
Wow. That's what I'm
He
talking about.
really looks like Jesus Christ right now.
He does.
He really looks like Jesus. Yeah.
Wow.
Then let's begin.
See, this is why you hire back Hayden Christensen.
This is so sick.
I know.
Oh my
I know.
God.
I know. You'd be freaking out, Adam. Very cool. It's very cool. Oh, I love the reflections.
Oh, God.
Oh, but he thinks about it.
Yeah.
I
Thinks
love
about
it.
it. Yeah.
The tracker worked. He's arriving on Jabeam as we speak.
You have done well. Kneel.
Yee.
Grand Inquisitor.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
It's a trap.
Get a little pin for it.
Okay.
And you can trade this at Disneyland if you want.
We leave for Jabeam at once.
Now, everybody on the ship has to say happy birthday to you on your birthday.
I had nowhere else to go. Right after I saw you, I got into a fight with that scary lady Inquisitor. Unwanted by the Empire.
Yeah.
So now I know what it feels like being a real Jedi.
No, you don't.
It's not easy.
Oh, sweet God. Nice.
Oh, more flashbacks, more flashbackies.
Could be.
Oh, Lola.
Lolita, how could you?
No, don't sabotage the wires. Leave the wires alone.
Oh, who else is going to be on here?
More names? Who's there?
I'll wait for the new Rockstars breakdown. Thank you very much. Light will fade, but it's never.
Oh, all right. Whose lightsabers we got here?
Boxes of lightsabers.
I would have to pause it to be able to tell.
Yeah, don't pause it.
Oh, lightsabers will make a nice addition to my collection.
Oh, they shut it down. They closed it. They closed up shop.
He wants us to surrender. We surrender, he'll kill us all.
He'll attack next. He hasn't the patience for siege.
Whew.
How do you know?
Cause I know.
Cool. I know how he thinks. I know how he attacks.
A Jedi's goal is to defend life, not take it.
Mercy doesn't defeat an enemy, Master.
That's a fun precursor.
What a good shot. Look at that shot. Ooh.
We're gonna lock down every other entrance in
General
this facility.
Kenobi.
If we defend our position together, then by the time they get inside, we'll be gone.
This is the galactic battle of Helm's Deep.
Dude, I'm stressed.
Right now, Obi-Wan is King Theoden.
Oh, hell.
Oh, man. These shots are incredible, by the way.
They're really fun. They're really cool. The Grand Inquisitor.
Oh boy.
It's a heavy gun. They're trying to blast through the outside door. Broken.
You guys
need to have
run.
the roof open.
Run.
I love how his outfit gets like one step closer and closer to looking like old Obi-Wan.
I'm a little too big to be crawling around in the vents. Would you like to try?
I'm going to need a ladder.
Oh.
It's not playtime right now, princess.
Do as she asks. You trust me? I trust her. Get her the ladder.
Leia's gonna save everybody.
He's literally like, what?
Haja, will you keep your eye on her?
I am not a babysitter, Ben.
I have to go.
Bail.
Uh-oh. That is Bail, yeah.
You still think there's a probability we'll see Qui-Gon Jinn by the end of this series?
Yes.
Maybe last episode. Maybe some last episode shenanigans. Who knows?
If he's found you, if he's learned of the children, if I don't hear from you soon, I'll head to Tatooine. Owen will need help with the boy.
Oh, damn.
Did he just admit that, like, if his daughter is lost, that he's just going to go to Tatooine and start helping to raise Luke? Jeez, Bail.
I don't know how long it's gonna hold. We got a plan B here?
We're going to have to slow them down.
It's got the same weapon that Chewbacca has?
The crossbow?
Ooh. We're gonna do a little force communicating.
If this is you stalling for time, it won't work.
Dude, she is so matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin. You knew who Vader was. Back on Daiu, how did you know that?
Here we go.
Vader would have kept that hidden, and you're too young to have known him.
Where are you?
Unless
you're a youngling.
Unless you were there.
It doesn't matter where I was.
The night of Order 66, you were a youngling.
Oh.
You saw him.
That's enough.
He killed the other younglings, but somehow you...
Enough!
It's true, dude. Anakin was a bad dude.
Yeah.
We might see also Baby Grogu.
Mighty Baby Grogu.
Oh.
Oh no.
My God.
We thought he was there to help us.
Oh, dude.
Jesus.
I tried to help them, but I couldn't.
One of the most impactful moments of the prequels is that scene where he goes in to kill the younglings.
They were the only family I knew. And he slaughtered them.
So why wouldn't she want revenge on Anakin?
He does.
Or she
I
does.
think she's using Obi-Wan to get to him.
Do you really want Anakin dead?
He's conflicted.
I don't know.
Where were you?
Yeah.
While he was killing my friends.
Oh my God. Oh my
This is your
God.
Padawan.
Yeah. See? It all checks
Why
out.
didn't you stop him? Why didn't you save us?
Yeah, dude. Obi, you failed hard, bro.
That's the guilt he's carrying. He knows this.
I don't need anyone.
You could have sliced his damn head off on the lava mountain. That's also.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
This is basically her becoming Vader. This is her Order 66.
Don't hurt my boy. Don't hurt Ned.
Was that robot in Solo or that model? Was it
No.
was that L3? No, is it a different model?
That was
Okay.
a model, yeah.
They look kind of similar. No, this woman.
Hell no.
Oh,
There you go.
Boy. Yeah, boy.
Oh no!
Oh, I knew she was going down. I knew it.
There have to be casualties.
No, my boy's got no.
Dude. I want a Tala action figure and I want a Ned action figure so they will live forever on my shelf. I will honor them forever. Oh,
Look at that
no.
beautiful boy still protecting her.
Dude, when robots sacrifice themselves for people,
yeah,
that shit makes me cry, bro.
Still being a shield. Look at him. Look at him. Oh my God.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Damn.
Wow.
God damn.
That was some Rogue One.
That might be,
level.
that's like one of the most impactful moments of the show so far.
The franchise, bro, of the franchise.
Leia, you close?
People die.
It's bleak, dude. This galaxy is bleak, bro.
She's working on it.
Jeez, that scared the shit out of me.
I'm right behind you, Kenobi. I sense your intentions.
No way out, Master.
Whoa.
I'm going back.
You can't quit.
He's gonna walk right onto that ship to face Vader.
Yep.
You'll be on your own.
No. Archer, look out for her, will you?
Oh no.
Are you gonna fight without a weapon?
There are other ways to fight.
This feels like when Luke stepped out, even though it was just a projection, to face the First Order alone. This is so cool.
Inform Lord Vader. Kenobi is ours.
Good delivery. So theatrical.
You're gonna die soon.
You're not bringing him to me. I'm bringing him to you.
Oh.
Chess pieces are moving, baby.
Double cross. A double cross.
We could end this together.
Dude, I hope that Reva changes sides by the end of this show, in the last episode.
Well, she doesn't show up in any Star Wars canon yet.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying.
He won't see it coming.
But neither did Ahsoka at first. Dude, you never know.
See is me.
Oh, sneaky. Sneaky move. He's like, hey, I'm going to be the raptor right here. I need you to be the raptor on the side.
Come on, Jesus.
Oof.
Your need for victory, Anakin, it blinds you.
I wonder where that's supposed to take place.
Good question. Feels like it's a...
Maybe it's like right before episode 2 starts.
Yeah, pre-episode 2 thing.
I have him secured inside, my lord.
I will bring him in myself.
That didn't take long.
2 stormtroopers trying to hold back a Jedi? Come on, guys.
Much better.
Oh, wow. Okay. So she knew right off the bat. Smart little kid.
Yeah, you got to assume that people who live in this galaxy, they know some basic droid stuff that we don't. Oh, a restraining bolt. Take that off.
Okay.
Get the hell out of there.
Why isn't everybody on the ship already?
Yeah, you should have just been waiting on the ship so you could just go get out of there.
Oh, no.
Where's Tala?
Get the hell on out of here. Come on. Vader's about to start choking fools if you don't hurry.
Move, let's go.
Where'd he drop? Come on.
Ugh, his comm link.
Drop the
Dum-dum.
link, yeah.
Or not his comm link, his it's not a comm link. The message transmitter. I forget what it's called. Some Star Wars nerd in the comments is like, it's called this, you fool.
Phone. It's a Star Wars phone.
Oh no, he's gonna. Oh! No,
Let them go, Anakin. Let them go.
Oh my God.
Was there one transport or two?
God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yep. Okay, that's what I thought.
They knew it. They knew it. They put me. That's a little trick or treat that they played.
Oh, dang. Ooh.
You're a great warrior, Anakin, but you'll need to prove yourself as your undoing.
You dumb shit. Yeah.
Until you overcome it, a Padawan you will still be.
Dang.
Yeah, this
did
is
not
right
like
before
that.
episode 2 because he still has that lightsaber. That first lightsaber that he built.
Good catch. Good catch, Adam. Good catch. You should work for Lucasfilm, bro. So mad right now.
Yeah. Oh,
come on. This is Vader you're messing with.
I know
you're lucky
Vader,
he doesn't cut your head off. Yeah, exactly.
The attempt is what matters. The attempt is what matters.
Are these two about to fight?
Yup.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's like, I don't even need my lightsaber. And guess who's alive, folks?
This force movement is like force matrix kung fu is so cool.
Yeah.
Where it's just like
it's like he's using just Tai Chi against some ninja master.
He's gonna stop it from spinning. You're.
Oh, Reva. Oh.
Okay.
That's insulting, dude.
Yep.
Let's see how well this youngling does.
I'm rooting for her, but it's like so tough because I'm like, I know Darth Vader survives.
Real question is, did Obi-Wan actually stay back?
Right.
Oh man, dude, I don't think he did.
Oh no.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Oh. Wow.
Did you really believe I did not see it, youngling?
Come on.
Dude,
now here comes the Grand Inquisitor. Hello. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Life.
See?
Of course. I thought it broke the continuity.
Revenge does wonders for the will to live, don't you think?
Well, maybe she could survive this.
I think she could. The Inquisitor survived the same thing.
I did not think that this guy was about to show up right now.
Oh, really?
Grand Inquisitor.
Not now. I mean, I knew he wasn't dead, but like.
You're gonna use the Force to communicate with him. Oh, never mind. That's right. He dropped the comm link.
She could just force it over to herself and then.
Something's wrong.
Yep.
Obi-Wan, you got me good.
Pick her up. Go pick her up.
You got me good.
Like Pulp Fiction. I'm fucking dying over here. Oh no.
Owen. Oh boy.
No.
Yeah, we can't be done with Owen and Beru. Come on, they were in one episode.
Leia, I have to drop you off.
Are you okay?
Go help you.
Good to go help your brother.
I'm sure it's nothing. Thank you, Roka.
No,
come on, bud. You got a bad feeling about this. Just say it.
Yeah.
It's like unsteady.
Yeah, he looks hungover.
Dude, I know.
Look at that look in his eyes. It's straight panic.
Yeah.
Just like held back panic.
Cool. End of that.
Damn, I wonder if their confrontation is going to be on Tatooine. I thought it was going to be in Vader's castle on Mustafar.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Obi-Wan and Vader?
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be the Inquisitors, including Reva, versus each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Obi-Wan's going to try to go after Anakin, and Reva's going to have to kind of like assist him by keeping the Inquisitors a little busy.
Do you think she's going to make it out of this series, though, Adam? Well, I mean, didn't she have a spinoff? Didn't they say they were going to make a spinoff of her? No? Okay.
Not officially. I mean, like, look, Star Wars Rebels is still a few years away. So is it possible this character gets out and then goes off and does whatever she does on her own in a different life and moves on and leaves this whole past behind? It's very, very possible that she could. But I do feel like she is pretty sort of like hell-bent and obsessed with getting vengeance and revenge for what happened. So yeah, I think we'll see. You know, I think it really just depends on what the Lucasfilm story group decides is kind of the best, or whatever they decided is kind of the best move with this character, because there are so many things, there are so many stories you can tell that are also set before this show. How did she become an Inquisitor? Like, we don't even know any of that part of it. So you can still do stories, even if her story concludes in by the next episode. How do you guys feel about the story, though? Like, do you feel like it was so easily predictable from the get? Because I kind of feel like it was.
I don't mind the predictability. I didn't start watching this show with the idea of I'm going to see something groundbreaking, because we know how these main characters are going to end up. We know where their story arcs are going. So I think having a character like Reva be so predictable just really falls in line with the fact that we know where Obi-Wan's going to end up. We know where Vader's going to end up. So I don't care. I think it's really rad to see more of just like the development and the anguish that Obi-Wan is going through, and the things that he has to do to deal with his decisions in the past. Because we never really get to go that in depth with characters in the Star Wars universe. It's more just like everybody's reacting off of stuff that happens. And yeah, of course you have to react to things that are around you, but how do you cope with that when things aren't like in action, basically? Or how do you cope with those emotions when things don't go your way? And I think that's really what the show is about.
The Star Wars movies have always moved at such a breakneck pace that you're right, Augustine. There is no, it's like how people online have been talking about how they're just now realizing, they're like, oh yeah, when Luke redeemed his father Anakin at the end of Return of the Jedi, there was no part of that movie, no space in that movie to then like pivot over to Leia and be like, how do you feel about the fact that Darth Vader was your father?
Right.
There's no room for that. And then by the time we got to The Force Awakens, which was supposed to be 30 years later, so much had happened that it was like, great, let's move on. The thing now is that I'm dealing with my son, Ben Solo. He's turned to the dark side. Like, it's a completely different thing. So those kinds of character things have been filled in by the expanded universe style storytelling of like a novel or a comic book. For me, the most surprising element was I didn't know little Leia was going to be in it as much. I didn't know he was going to go off world and go do stuff in Tatooine this much. Like the whole series is basically off of Tatooine. This may just be me. I feel like the storytellers involved with this series, because it's not really Favreau and Filoni as far as we know. It feels like they're really enjoying it, that I'm like, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if they set something up to where it's like, well, we could do season 2 if we wanted. You know, I think I even saw a rumor in the past 2 days. It's like, this is about to be greenlit, or it is greenlit. It just hasn't been announced yet because of like crazy viewership that this is getting on Disney Plus, just because like this is the thing that fans want to see, especially the generation that grew up on the prequels. Like, how cool is this? To your point earlier, Adam, I don't know if it's necessarily the Lucasfilm story group, because I just saw Pablo Hidalgo, who's fantastic, just a week or two ago saying something like his job at Lucasfilm isn't necessarily like making story calls, but he's more like the referee in the movie Air Bud, who when somebody comes up and they're like, can a dog play basketball? He's the guy that goes, ain't nothing in the rule book say a dog can't play basketball. And he like lets it happen. That's his job. He's not the one. The dog should play basketball, which I thought was a brilliant way for him to describe his role. So when there's a new character like Reva introduced in this with no other previous existing lore, it's whatever Deborah Chow, whatever these storytellers want to do. But I'm hoping that they are so enamored with this character, in love with this character, that they're like, look, let's set her up, and maybe like Fennec Shand and maybe like Ahsoka, we can let her have another part of her story later without killing her in the show. As long as it, again, doesn't conflict with, she's obviously not in Rogue One. She's not in A New Hope. She's not in Rebels. So, you know, to be thinking about what could happen to this character is really interesting and really exciting. But also, if they commit to, hey, hers is a tragic story because she's trying to take out Darth Vader, guess what? Sorry.
It doesn't go that well.
It doesn't go that well. It's Darth freaking Vader, but it's still, I think it was also super, super smart of these storytellers to pool an origin story out of one of the most impactful moments out of any of the prequel films, which is when Anakin Skywalker goes into this room and kills him. It's been memeified to death, but it's been memed because it has stayed with the audience, all of us, since 2005.
And it sets up a lot of storylines for a lot of characters who are now plot lines that spin off just from Order 66. Order 66 is the thing that like splinters the entire order, and like the storytelling is almost kind of endless. Like, you can have any Jedi that you want that we didn't see on screen die. You're part of the story. I mean, they mentioned Quinlan Vos in this show, so it's like, you could make a show about that character. You could do whatever you want, you know? I guess the thing for me in terms of the storytelling, there's a part of me that almost wonders if you would have been completely fine not having that first scene in the first episode in the show, or not have it be so heavily hinting that that character is Reva. If it would have worked just fine to have that be a revelation in this episode that like, I was a youngling in the gym. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing, because it's like we found out in the first scene that they kind of laid it on pretty thick that that's Reva. And now it's like, okay, well, I'm just now at this point, I'm like, I'm just waiting for this revelation to be kind of like told to Obi-Wan.
I wonder, Adam, do you think that there's a possibility that they looked at a version that didn't have it and maybe they were like, well, we can't expect regular viewers to necessarily remember that that happened in a movie 2005. Remember, even with the first episode, I was going to say episode 1, with the first episode of the show, they did a recap of their storyline, to like bring you up to like Star Wars. We don't need that shit, but it was, you know, it was like it was for everybody else who doesn't watch these movies constantly the way Star Wars fans do. So
I know Marvel goes through phases like that with some of the upcoming shows. They're constantly tinkering with like, do we put the origin at the beginning? Do we put it second to last episode? They test it with the audiences. What do audiences think? So I'm sure Star Wars is doing the same thing where they're doing multiple different versions and multiple different cuts and moving things around to see like, how does it work with people who are Star Wars fans? Because you know in those test groups, there's going to be Star Wars fans, but there's also going to be people who are not as tapped into the lore, who don't remember the events of Order 66, and they're like, I need a little help here. So I think it is a little bit of a tricky balance. So I don't know. It's tough because like, as like a Star Wars fan who knows the lore, I would say pretty well, there's a part of me that's like, did it deflate a little bit of that like anticipation and excitement? Because I've been with this show for 3 weeks now, and I'm going, okay, when are they gonna, you know, like I feel like I've imagined these events already playing out in my head.
Also, a question for you, Adam. Was there something that you were expecting from this story that like is so mind-blowing that it would keep you like super entertained?
I think I was just expecting to maybe be a little bit more surprised. And I think literally just knowing that first scene in the very first episode, I'm like, okay, I know where the show's going to go. Like it kind of made it easy to figure out what the show is. And for me personally, I like when it's a little bit harder of like, well, maybe it's not going to go this way. Maybe it will go that way. There are obviously things that are pretty predictable. Like, you know that he's going to face Vader again, but that's kind of all you can predict. You don't really know the context or how it's going to happen.
And you also know that like Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to survive this show. Darth Vader is going to survive the show. I think, to answer your question, Augustine, I feel like one thing I expected more from the show is more of a focusing on Obi-Wan Kenobi and his emotions and how and what he's processing. It may be taking a backseat to the in the moment plot of, okay, he goes and meets this group that are the rebellion and they need to move from here to here, and Leia has been kidnapped, and like these things that he is reacting to that are plot things, and all the stuff with Reva and Darth Vader, all of that stuff is plot stuff. The flashbacks that we got in this episode led to Obi-Wan Kenobi like making a realization and understanding what kind of thing he was in, which is super cool. And I feel like the best moments of the show, I mean, I did really like the sacrifice from the character Tala. Is that
Tala?
Yeah, like that was a moment that was like
great moment
crap.
because just a great performance, and with what little that character was in the show, made an impact. So that really worked. But I think that overall, the best moments of the show are when we've had those moments where Obi-Wan Kenobi is just kind of processing everything, like as
trying to make sense of like what to do next.
And how he goes from being there's nothing for me to do to the Obi-Wan in A New Hope. And I think that that's what I was expecting more of the show to zero in on, is like the character. But because there's been so much plot stuff, he's going to Vader's castle, he's doing this, he's doing that. Maybe we'll get more of that stuff. And I include Qui-Gon as part of that. Him communicating with Liam Neeson it's just going to be emotional for Obi-Wan. And I think it's going to happen in the last episode. And I'm hoping that
I wouldn't be surprised if it started with that.
Yes. And I'm hoping that it leaves the show in a place where it's like, okay, Obi-Wan has changed from the first episode of this series to now, but maybe at the end of it, they'll be like, Obi-Wan will return for season 2. And it's like, okay, then we can maybe really get into chew on some of that stuff.
Yeah. Because there's still 9 years of time before A New Hope. There's still almost a whole nother decade. So it's a lot.
Know, Adam, we know you want another 9 seasons. We know.
I mean, they could pull a Book of Boba Fett at the end of Mando and announce the season 2 at the very end of the show, basically. So and to me, I came into this show, like I said, floor level expectations. I was just in it for the ride, whether it's like, you know, predictable or not. I'm having fun with this show as an exploration of Obi-Wan a little bit of Vader. I think I'm taking it for what it's worth, and I think the writers and Deborah Chow and I think everybody's doing a bang up job of like presenting the material as they can and trying to expand on it as much as they can, given their parameters.
Yeah, and it's super challenging because Vader and Obi-Wan are literally like some of the biggest characters in the entire franchise.
Yeah,
so like,
there's hardly any bigger.
Your wiggle room is minimal.
I think that Adam's feelings are 100% valid. It means that for whatever reason the show isn't quite clicking for him. I think I might be more with you, Augustine. To me, this is all kind of a cherry on top because I'm like, at the end of the day, this show is just bridging between two things, and to me, it's just enhancing the prequels and it enhances. And nothing against this show, Ewan McGregor, everybody working on the show, but I'm like, Obi-Wan Kenobi is also Alec Guinness and how important that role was in A New Hope.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan. And it's like, if this is just adding a little bit more cool shit to that, or the larger picture of Star Wars where it's like, oh, this is why Leia names her son Ben.
Right.
That's just cherry on top for me. It just makes me like sequel trilogy just a little bit more. So, you know, we'll see how it all ends.
I also think they're trying to, I don't want to use the word justify because that's not right, but I think they're trying to show the audience a little bit of the process of how Luke got to where he was in The Last Jedi as well. Like, they are trying to show you that these people are fallible human beings that go through emotions that aren't always 100% on top of their game, and they change their mind, and things happen to where you are not the same kind of person that you used to be. And I think that that's really what I'm getting out of this show, is that like we all change over time. And
this is his comment right now. Oh, I agree. he was
agreed.
that up, killed it.
Kamehameha. No, but yeah, I think it's all, they're saying a lot in this show with, like I said, the restrictions and the little wiggle room that they do have. And to me, that's the most enjoyable part.
I am excited to see next week. It's already, there is always going to be that little part of me that's like, couldn't we have made this 8 episodes, 9 episodes? Just 6.
Yeah, you're right, Adam.
God.
This could be a whole regular 26
only selfishly because I feel like when we watch these shows, they're done so fast, especially when they drop the first 2 episodes in one night. I'm like, great. Now it's only going to be 4 weeks though, instead of 6. Give me all 6, please. But I am excited to see how this wraps up. And like you guys were saying, you know, is it going to leave it open ended it'll leave it open ended to some extent, but will they leave it open in a way that's like encourages a second season? Who knows? You know, we may get some news at D23 later this year. We will see next week in the finale what happens. But let us know in the comments below what you thought about this episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, your theories and thoughts. What do you think they could be doing in season 2, if there is one? We'll see you guys in the next reaction.
Bye.